evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TMA Live. This is the Pidge, and joining me once again is Mr. Moobs.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We are here. We are back. Just like to apologise for the little delay. We had a technical problem, which we were frantically trying to rectify, which Mr. Pidge has rectified.
Technically, a technical problem in the technical department.
Again,
right.
Again.
Okay, before I know you went to the ladies' game this afternoon, but before we get onto that, let's get onto this Stoke game. Let's get it out of the way. When you start, mate, I'll carry on.
Oh my days. Well, classic Mark Hughes tactics, isn't it? You score a goal and then he says, right, let's put 11 men behind the ball and just play boring time wasting football all blinking afternoon, and then decide to start a couple of punch ups towards the end of the game, which I'm not impressed with. Whilst I was down, I know I'm going to touch on this a bit later, but whilst I was at the Watford ladies game today, there were people saying that if Troy Deeney does not get a 3-game ban for what he did, he's going to be very, very surprising. But above all, yet again, we started slow. It wasn't pretty at times. I wasn't impressed with it much yesterday. I don't know if that's because we're maybe expecting a little bit too much too soon. I simply don't know. But for me, I just think I think Carrillo yesterday was utterly awful, and I think he's had his worst game in a Watford shirt since he's joined us. I think that was, I'd safely say that was yesterday, because there was times when he could have easily got in down past Stoke's left back, and he's nowhere to be seen.
Peters, wasn't it?
Yeah, Peters. Yeah. And we all know that Eric Peters isn't the fastest player in the world, and we know Carrillo is one of the fastest. And why he wasn't trying to bomb past him and do stuff, I simply don't know. But yeah, unfortunately, we are talking about another defeat. We know Marco Silva's come out and lambasted, I think, the team for the slow start, which they've got to cut out now. They've, if he wants them to start with the fast tempo all the time, I think he needs to drill it into them. I think it should be the last thing he says before they go out. Start fast, or just change his head. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. Well, we've said this to the WDA team boys, which is like to say hello, lads.
Good evening,
lovely
boys.
To meet you yesterday, and it was a pleasure being interviewed by you guys. Absolutely professional. Just a free plug for those guys. They're absolutely brilliant. Told them as well that I was disappointed especially after the Chelsea game, where before that, and we assessed it, where I was frustrated. The 3 games before that, we always were known as slow starters, but finished so fantastic and bombastic, and really finish these games off well, be it drawing or winning. And then going against Stoke, I thought, brilliant. Carry on the good work we did against Chelsea. Start well, get an early goal. I put down a 3-0, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I put down a 3-0. But I also said in the back of my mind, the head usually rules the heart. In certain situations when it's sensible. A lot of the time it's the heart with me, but I did say if it goes to a point where it is 0-0 for a lot of the game, they have got more of a chance of winning. And especially Stoke played last 2 seasons, Stoke have played where they've gone 1-0 up and they've sat back. You see the second half, we played better in the second half because we knew we had to be in the centre seat. But the first half, personally, it was casual, to say the least. But I've said enough about the first half, personally. Second half, Carrillo, the only criticism I got with Carrillo, because I don't want to lambast the individual players a lot of the time, the only thing with Carrillo, he's a winger, and he was cutting inside way too much. It's good he's mixing it up, but it was too much. For me, on that wing, he did the winger's job. And I thought he'd done a really good job because we were fortunate, as you saw, and I know a couple of guys posted about us being in the front of the bottom corner, or as you're looking at the Taylor, bottom left-hand corner, right at the front, we saw the Firmino balls. I mean, you obviously saw, but we saw the first hand. He beat Peters and put in some fantastic balls. There was only one that was slightly off-key, but to be honest, it was one that was whipped out, and it's up to the strikers to get on the end of it.
Exactly.
And I just think the second half was a bit better. And I said to the WD18 boys, another cheap plug, but I'll say it anyway. Said it to the WD18 boys, and as well on the forums, more than just our forum, more the other ones. Stoke and these teams, it's a big compliment that they come to us, and they said that the interviewers said that to Silver as well, and Silver agreed. You know, so it is a big compliment. They're coming to us and putting 11 men behind the ball, but they're asked that as an away team, and we'll do this next week at Everton. You know, as an away team, you ask questions. As the home team, you have to give the answers, and in a good way towards us. Yeah. We didn't give any answers. That's how it was. And okay, I can moan about time wasting. I can moan about the fouls. I can moan about all this other stuff. But credit to Hughes, he got his tactics spot on. I was annoyed about the time wasting, but if you look at it, it was crap football. It wasn't great from them either, especially from them. You knew they were going to play like that if they weren't 1-0 up, and you know, he got it spot on. And I can't really complain. I mean, we should have given them the answers, and we could have had we had chances.
We did have chances, you know. I think the Andre Gray one couple of Andre Gray ones in the second half. You know, the looping header that had Butland scrambling back towards his line, which just dipped over the crossbar. On another day, that dips under and goes in. And there was one towards the end where Shawcross just somehow managed to stick his leg out and put it behind for a corner.
It's great.
Like we all sound another day, they all fly in. So deeply disappointing. But I think the one thing we need to touch on is what on earth was kicking off towards the end of the game with the two pretty much boxing matches that were going on. Yeah. You know, the first one, Silver I think from what I could see, Silver ran steaming in to try and pull his players out, and you could see from where I was sitting, there was someone somewhere threw a punch. In all that melee yesterday,
we got that impression. I'm not going to say anything.
In the first one, not the second one, not the one involving Deany, but the first one right by the Stoke technical area, and I think it's Holibas. Because the way they all went steaming in and were getting pushed around, you could see Holibas was sort of on the outside, and you just saw something come over the top. Now, how the fourth official, the linesman, and the ref did not see that happen, because if it had happened and they did see it, was a straight red card.
Yeah.
Which is not what we needed. We didn't get it, thank God. But, you know, it's not what we want to see. All right, it was frustrating and tempers were boiling over. But the boys need to get themselves, they need to get their heads back together and sort it back out, because we can't start doing that.
No.
You know, it's...
I mean, more of this, more about the scuffles and who did it and who done it, who didn't do it, along with the Deany incident that we'll touch on in a minute.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, I've mentioned this as well, about the carbon copy of the goal from Pedro's to Fletcher's. Zonal marking, we've touched on this before, but I'm going to ask you your opinion on it as well, because I know you've given you plenty of opinion on it.
Yeah.
But Silver's got his reasons for this, and you know, who's to argue a lot of the time with Silver, because he hasn't really put a foot wrong, so I'll give him his due. But so if he's arguing about zonal marking, how does he excuse the last 2 games in a row we've let 2 good goals from their point of view go in?
Goals. Can't take any.
Sunday League, if you're a Sunday League up to the Prem, zonal marking or not zonal marking, you always put someone on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah,
really?
Exactly.
What do you think, mate?
Yeah, well, I think this is where something's got to change, because we're pulling every man back every time there's a corner or a free kick to defend. And now, I think, and I can't remember who threw their arms up, I think it might have been Tom Cleverley.
Yeah.
After the ball at the back of the net, basically saying, who the hell was marking him? Because you can't leave someone stand on the edge of the 18-yard box in Darren Fletcher's capacity, and we all know that he's from the Man United school of, you know, excellence, you know, after many a year there. You can't give him that much time to hit a half volley straight into the back of the net.
Well, Aiden's probably with you. He said just get rid of zonal marking.
Yeah, technically, or you just, you can keep the zonal marking, but pull 2 players away. You know, if they're not piling everyone in the box, let's pull 2 players out. You know, you've still got the guys organised.
Yeah.
So let's push them out, you know, and say, right, one of you go there, one of you go there, and switch on. and get ready to charge.
It typified the half, didn't it, with that strike as well? Because Watford really said we just played too slow to our, and we didn't play up to our best, like you pretty much said anyway. Yeah. I mean, what else do you think, apart along with the goal? What do you think needs to change to go to Everton? Everton are going to come at us, which probably could suit us even more than the Stoke game. But what do you think overall, apart from that? What do you think we need to improve on? I just
think players' mentality. I feel the players' mentality need to change. You know, Capoue yesterday was given a chance to come back in after Pereira's injury. All right, we know Carrillo started as well.
Yeah.
But he had a chance, and every time he wasn't getting the ball, he was just tilting his head back going, oh, what's the point? What's the point? No, Capoue, you don't do that. Get on with it. You've not got the ball, chase back or pull into another place to get the ball. Don't just, you know, like throw your arms up and stop running. And I think that's why Silva did pull him off in the end, because he's like, well, what are you doing? You know what? I'm going to give this boy a chance. I'm going to give Will Hughes a chance, which I would like to say, it was absolutely wonderful to see.
I was actually going to ask you then, what do you reckon of his debut?
Will Hughes, I think he did very well. There was one or two challenges I think he sort of bailed out of, because I think he was worried he was going to get pulled up for. And one example was down in the left, on Stoke's left, when they sort of like tried to run out. You saw him like go half-heartedly in, and it was like, no, hang on a minute, I've got to pull out because the ref's watching me.
Yeah.
Okay, probably could have just taken the foul, probably could have got a yellow card, but he didn't want to do either, so he let him go. But there was a few little promises, little glimpses of hope. You know, he's still a young lad. He's still got a lot to learn, but it was nice to see him get the shirt thrown at him.
Do you think with Colin Beasley said this on a few forums, and I know he's mentioned it on our one as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of players like Hughes, when they're not actually in the team, they're always known as for the future. Do you believe he's been bought for the future, or he's been bought straight away? He was bought for now, and then we got players like Chalobah come in, and now he's being used as the future tag, or do you think that's actually a relevant tag for Hughes? I believe it is.
Yeah, I think they could be going down that route, but I think to start with, they weren't planning to. I think the way they were like, especially, and we go back. Words out in a minute. I'll go back to pre-season when Hughes was playing all the time. He was starting all the time. Now, there was stuff happening in pre-season, and everyone was saying, "Look, he's catching the eye. He's catching the eye. He's going to be in the team." All of a sudden, he only played against Bristol City. Completely had, well, the worst night of his life. We subsequently pulled from that, and then we never saw him again until yesterday.
Yeah.
He's been training every day. I was going to originally say that maybe he had some niggling injury, and they've said, "Look, we've got to let this go right down before we even think about putting you in the first team." But we're now just going to have to wait and see. He could be. I think he is one for the future because of his age. You know, there's promise there. There's potential there. If he gets the shirt thrown at him again and again, he's going to have to do what Decore did. He's going to have to step up, and he's going to have to show it, and he's going to have to constantly maintain that level, which I think he can do. But I think it's sort of a 50-50 one. I think he was originally brought in to go straight in the team, and I think because we've started so well and playing so well with everyone else, I think they've just sort of chopped and changed it. Because it also begs the question: if we hadn't got Carrillo, what would have happened? Would we have seen a lot more of him by now?
Do you think we didn't have Carrillo? Do you think the formation would be slightly narrower because he's more of a central midfielder?
Yeah, I think that's where we would have seen him.
Yeah,
I think the fact that Silva got his man, who he said he wanted from the word go, it was a case of, well, hang on a minute, I can play about. I don't need to worry about him. I can let him train, let him develop, let him push on, and let him work hard in training to say, I want you to let me know that you're here.
That's what I've been saying about letting him accustomed to the play. Give him games pre-season, let him have a few under-23 games, get him accustomed to a bit more pace, then bring him in. I think this, hopefully, I'm optimistic, this could be the start of him gradually building his way in.
Yes, I think, sorry, I meant to cut over there.
No.
I think it will be, and I would massively back him to be in the squad to go to Everton next Sunday. Probably on the bench again. I don't think he'll start. I don't think he's warranted to start just yet. I certainly expect him to be. I expect him to be up there and on the bench. But he's definitely, if he does play against Everton, that shows me that he's already pushed himself ahead of Watson.
Yeah.
Because we know full well Watson was on that bench yesterday, and he could have turned to him, but he decided it was time to turn to Hughes.
Right, we have now got the free kick wall man in the house.
He's here at long last.
He's on it like a car bonnet.
People ask me why I don't have kids.
Right, can I just say,
a very good evening to everyone that's joined us so far.
Thank you. Ray Cook, can I just say, him and his daughter, thank you for being our first customers. And it actually, they say how nice it was to meet us. It was actually lovely to meet you guys. And also, I know Moobs will say a few words as well. But thank you ever so much, everyone, with this pop-up here. I'll let Moobs have more of the chair for this because it was more of his idea and his mum's for us to do it. But can I just say it was a pleasure for us to do it.
Thank you.
Guys, I've already posted on all the forums, but guys, you are absolutely awesome. Coming to us, saying hello, buying a poppy. Even if you put 50p in as a donation, or even just said hello and wished us well for selling poppies, thank you ever so much. You guys are absolutely awesome. So, Moobs, you could do all the things because it was more your sort of.
It was absolutely wonderful yesterday before the game doing the collecting. I done it a couple of years ago on my own, but without any of these boys. This year the call got made a little bit in advance, and I was asked if I could find a few of them, which I did, and it was absolutely fantastic to do. And like these boys said, I went between the Rouse, the Vicarage Road end, and the southwest corner of the Rookery. That's how much ground I covered. Trust me, I was knackered by the end of it. But yeah, it was just great to see everyone. People coming up, putting money in the buckets, and buying poppies and everything. It's just magnificent, and that money, I really will say this, it is going to go a long way to helping the ex-service men and women of our country for a long time to come. So, if you are out and about, I know you've already put money in the bucket yesterday, but if you see people out collecting, even if you don't buy a poppy, just go up and put some change in the tin. It doesn't matter what it is, just donate, just whatever you can. It's remembrance time, and they only come out for 2 weeks a year, so remember that.
Honestly, Aidan, honestly, mate, I've just seen that. You don't apologise, mate. You're looking after your mate, and he's, he's the guy is, obviously got a disability. I'm not going to say it. We've seen it here.
Yeah.
We don't mind, mate. Honestly, we know you guys appreciate what we do, and even more importantly, we appreciate what you do, because we wouldn't be doing this podcast if you guys weren't watching. So you guys are the stars of the show, not us. Well, apart from Dino.
Yeah.
You guys are the stars of the show. So,
there's just one thing. I just wanted to say, Sir Surin is on doing the hellos and the comments. Hello, mate. Hello, good evening. Surin, I was gutted because just as I come down the stairs from the upper GT yesterday, back into the Rookery, you shot past me and I couldn't grab hold of you to say hello. So I do apologise, mate, because I literally saw you and I was like, I don't know, too late, he's gone.
Can I also, sorry, mate, to cut through you. Neil Price is on, and I'd like to say congratulations on your wedding, mate, and wish your Mrs. Erin all the best as well, mate. We saw a couple of wedding photos, and I hope it was a fantastic day. Yeah, mate. So sorry, mate. Go on, you carry on.
That's all right. Just got a comment from Santa about how much was contributed. We don't know yet. I will as soon as I get a figure, which I do believe is going to be coming soon. I will post on. I'll post on here, and we'll also announce it on live on TMA as well. So. I think it's going to be quite a bit. I think we raised in the end.
Oh yeah,
because you guys were so generous. They really were. They were so generous. Thank you ever so much.
Especially to the. I'm just going to say, I don't know if he's watching. To the gentleman who come up to me and said, "Do you still accept old £1 coins?"
Oh,
yes, they do accept old £1 coins because they will go and change them up at the bank quite happily. The banks will do it for them.
Yeah.
this guy, he literally come up to me after I said that to him, went, hang on a minute, I've got something. Pulled out this plastic, like, money bag thing and went, here you go, have this.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Tipped it all in, and it must be about 15, 20 quid's worth. I was just,
that's to everyone, but thank you for him as well.
I didn't mind it, but the only problem was my bucket got so heavy, I just went, I was like, no, pull myself back up again, I thought my arm's going to come off. But yesterday was fantastic, and I can safely say, Kate, who organised it, who's the community fundraiser and also helps out with the collecting in Watford, she's sent my mum an email today thanking everyone as well, and saying how positive and how
it was so fun.
And how much fun we were having and how much we were.
I mean, we all know, especially and him as well. To be fair, he was fantastic on Thursday presenting this for his first time because he was going, "Oh, I'm not too sure." You said honestly, having him here was brilliant. And I'll tell you what, like I said, we can talk for Britain, so it was no problem selling a few poppies. And also, ironically, me, Dino, I know we had one of the TMA boys, as well as a lot of you guys representing the TMA, obviously the Watford fans, in the rookery, but 3 or 4 of us, along with Watford Woody, at the front, with Shaqiri having a I tell you what, that was the one highlight, and that sounds really bad, one highlight when he was taking the mickey at me Mohawk, and I tell you what, Shaqiri, he was their main danger man, and he went up in my estimation because we weren't giving him a lot of abuse. We were saying that, oh, your socks are bigger than you and stuff like that. But fair play to him and the ref for coming, turning around and having a chat. And even though we're giving the Lino stick, he turned around and just went like that with the thing and just went fair play. And I said, well, yeah, good on him because a lot of players don't play. At least he had a joke with us.
At least Shaqiri did actually see the funny side.
I mean, what did you think of Stoke? Because I mean, we've given our 50 pence worth.
Well, the game,
just the game, mate.
Average, best, really. I was disappointed in Watford, especially the first half. There was no width. Richarlison done his best out on there. He spread it, but Corello, he said it was too centre for me. He was instead of pulling them out, he's pulled them in. That's leaving Cleverley and no one else with any space because he's got another man in.
Exactly,
and I don't hogging that line.
What do you think we've done well? At a positive start, what do you think we've done well?
I thought the second half we was quicker. We kept the ball a little bit more.
We tried to force the issue.
We did.
We had no choice. We had to go for it.
To be honest, it wasn't. There wasn't a lot of positive.
A better Watford in the second half. We could try with a positive slant.
He gave them a roasting at half time. Without a shadow of a doubt. He told it to them straight. And I don't think he's going to allow this to keep happening because he's going to make changes to that team. It was
too big-headed. It was like a Sunday League thing. He's a bottom of the league. We're top. We're going to win. It had that feel. I'm not saying all the players, but some of them had that attitude. You could see it. They were going to take the ball. We'll walk.
What are we going to take to Everton, guys? What are we going to take to Everton apart from the first 11?
Danger and speed and a lot better than
that's going to suit us next week. I think they will come at us.
I think the other thing is when we go up there, we've now lost 2 on the spin.
Yeah.
It's going to be a case of those boys are going to be pumped up and fired up.
Yes,
and they're going to have some anger to let out, and it could end up being a completely open game and a bit of a backlash coming on Everton, which and I think we know Everton are due to backlash someone for the form they're on as well.
Me and Paul were saying moves at a team like that as suit Watford though, having a go
away. That's why we did so well away because they were attacking us.
Well, I remember the opening day up there under Flores. They came at us and we just went, you're going to do that, we're going to do this. And we just attacked them, and it was attack. It was everything was crossing, to and throwing, and it was a brilliant game to be up there.
It's going to open up for us, isn't it, on our counter-attack? That's what we like. 6, 7 players, not tight, going to have loads of room, lovely jubbly. Come at us, Everton. Good stuff.
I do agree with... I do. Sorry, Dean.
No, you're right,
Stuart's just commented, it's not rocket science to need a cacker.
That's the next question. That's the next question. What is needed going forward? And I was going to throw a cacker at you there, but you pretty much started answering the question.
Well, I think first of all we've got to wait to see what the FA are going to do. Yeah. We know we're in hot. Well, the thing is, and I don't know if there's anything in the rule book that can change. Deeney was called by the ref afterwards and shown a yellow card.
Oh,
Now
he's
that
all right then.
technically means the matter has been dealt with.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
which means he can't go for a misconduct charge or violent conduct.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay.
The FA can kick our backsides to the high hill about failing to control our players on 2 occasions.
Fair enough, yeah.
And I think Stoke will get in trouble as well over that. I think both clubs are going to get a massive slap on the wrist and a big fine. I know we've already been warned needless times by the FA about people losing it and deciding to try and have fist fights when it's blatantly not needed. But yeah, I think the Akaka situation now, if they were going to ban Deeney, it was a case of Silva's going to have to bite his tongue, go and tell him, you're back in the team, you've got 3 games.
Second chance.
Do it.
Yeah.
Prove you want to be in this team, because I think at the moment we haven't got success because he's drunk too much Baileys and hurt himself. And I think now, and I think yesterday, we needed a backup. I know we had Andre Gray. I'm not taking nothing away from Andre Gray because he actually come on and did all right.
Yeah, that little flick on, it was interesting how he did it. There was that flick on that. If only we had that little extra yard for Deeney, he could have done something with it.
The flick on header he put over the crossbar, if he'd been a yard further back, it dips under the bar.
I mean, to be fair, Stoke, Shawcross won everything.
Yes,
and I've never been a big fan of Shawcross because of his dirty tackles in the past. But I'll tell you what, he was immense yesterday. Surin said that. Their back four was immense.
One of the lads on there actually said that Shawcross was brilliant.
Yeah, Surin mentioned that as well.
Yeah, but Watford Steve, if the ref says the yellow card was for a different offence, then the face grab, the FA can punish that separately.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the yellow card was actually given for.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was for that. Why would the ref do it otherwise?
But you saw the thing, to be fair, and this is the only thing I will say in Deeney's defence, and it's still, and I agree with Dino. Dino and me debated this, and I do agree with Dino. If you kick the ball out, Butland kicked the ball out, he should have thrown it back. But in turn of thing, Alan shouldn't have retaliated.
Nope.
Neither should Deeney. But it's like the big guy, little. Deeney was holding throat was completely unacceptable. I'm never going to say it was acceptable. But Deeney, you look at him, and Deeney didn't have the eyes of a madman. He had a guy basically going, "Do you really want to start this?"
Exactly.
That's what it was. It still doesn't make it right, but it wasn't like he was going to go, "I'm going to kill you." He was going, "Mate, seriously, I'm going to hold you at arm's length because if I go mad, you're going to get it."
Yeah.
And Alan, I can agree why Alan was so upset, but you do not face up to players. And the same thing with Deeney. It's forbidden. Doesn't matter what they've done. You do not put your hands on him. Like Dino said, when a player kicks it off, he had an injury. Okay, we say you don't have to kick it off if it's not a head injury. But if it's an opposition player's done it, just throw it back to him and just go on with it.
Well, I think
it's easy for us to say because we're not frustrated footballers.
I think the other thing was, in hindsight of all of this, the ref, Michael Oliver, the ref, did not make it clear to Deeney what was meant to be going on.
Yeah.
Because he stopped the play. Because I don't know if you saw it. Thingy went down.
Yeah, and then
Butland had the ball, and he got the nod from Shawcross. They went, throw it now. Yeah. So he's thrown it, and the ref didn't see him do it. The ref didn't see the nod to say throw it out.
Right,
so Deeney's looked at the ref and gone, well, what am I doing? And he went, and he pointed. He just went, throw that way.
Do you know as well? In this
so
slightly,
that gives them the license to go
slightly in our defence. To be fair, as well. Which, like I say, it doesn't negate the fact that it all kicked off. I just want to stress this is not nothing against the kick it off because I do not accept it was any argument for Deeney putting his hands on it, even though like Sanchez just said the facial reaction, he wasn't a guy about to kill him.
No, it wasn't.
But the time wasting up from the very kick off of the second half, you do it 10 minutes to go, we still moan, but you can understand all teams do it, we do it, but they did it for 45 minutes, especially Butland, and that's why they probably get so frustrated because they thought, oh, he's trying to waste time again.
Exactly.
It don't make it any better.
No. And I don't know if anyone else saw it, but at the start of the second half, before the ref started the game, Deeney was having a very long chat with the ref, as if to say, look, you know what they're doing, get on top of it. Please, help us. And you could see there was a long conversation going on, but yeah, you know, Dean, he shouldn't have grabbed him, but we are just going to have to sit and wait to hear what the FA. You know, it's Monday, but it's going to happen tomorrow morning or Tuesday.
Yeah, no, he's going to get a couple of games, isn't he?
Well,
the problem is teams are going to watch that now, and you're going to get a lot more teams do that. It ain't going to just be Stoke.
Yeah, but it's
loads of teams are going to.
Yeah, but it's going to be down to the style of the manager if he thinks that they can get away with it.
Well, there'll be loads of teams come to.
I think it doesn't help. It doesn't help having a weak ref as well.
He wasn't good. We
wasn't
weren't
great.
good, but
he didn't put much wrong, but in
Yeah.
terms of thing, he didn't stamp his authority in certain.
No,
it wasn't the reason why he lost. He wasn't the reason why he lost.
He was a bad ref. He was a good ref.
Especially the fact when both fights kicked off, he just stepped 10 yards back and went, I'm just going to let you boys sort this out, and then I'm going to deal with it.
Some of these refs that we had, as much as we slag them off, they jumped straight in and said, look,
because they
stop this now, you come over it, come over it, get away the rest of you, bugger off the lot of you.
He done none of that.
He didn't do that. That was the criticism.
There was 3 or 4 fouls yesterday, we saw pushes, and nothing happened.
No, exactly.
It was on both sides, but he done none like this on the back of something. He went play on.
See, that's the next question I'm going to ask you guys. Richarlison, Silver has said in the week, he needs protection. And the first half, I saw one thing. He got smashed. First half.
He got smashed into the almost into the lower GT. You know, and the refs just said, "Get up and get on with it." That was a blatant foul in my book.
We were going nuts. We were going, come on.
Yeah, he does need some protection, but we're going back. I'll go back to the Chelsea game.
Yeah,
the referee told Deeney, and he even collared Richarlison. He said, "Stop going down so easily." And he told him that. He said, "Stop trying to make it too easy to go down." He said, you know, if you're going to get hit, take the hit and go. Yeah. You know, don't just anticipate it.
Don't do a Vardy and go down before he's even been touched.
Yeah, exactly.
He hasn't done many, but there was 1 or 2 at Chelsea that.
Yeah, there was. But
he's getting targeted though, isn't he?
Oh God, yeah.
And I think the other thing is, and I think it showed yesterday, I've got a bad feeling he's starting to burn out. Because, you know, we saw at the start, at the first 4 or 5 games, he was electrifying. Last 2 games, he hasn't been so electrifying.
I think they're starting to do their homework on him as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I think the other thing you got to look at is, and it's like what we all said before, he's come straight from Brazil. Their league starts in January. He has gone the whole year
playing football,
no break.
No,
and I think this is where it's going to collapse. If it is, then someone needs to.
I don't know. Second half, he looked quite hungry. To be fair to me, he was getting a lot more of the ball, and you might be right, Moobs. You might be. I hope you're not. But
didn't we say before the podcast a few hours ago that he's one of those guys? If you compare Deeney and Richarlison in terms of how you man manage it, and I think Silver's man management of both of them has been superb this season. So this is not criticising him. No. But with Deeney, you can bollock, give him a rollicking thing, and he will react in the positive way. He will say, right, I'm going to prove you wrong. Yeah. Richarlison, you need to put your arm around, tell him how great he is every single game. You can just see that, even from us not being managers. You can see that he needs this. Like Gomez is taking him under his wing, made sure he's done this, done that, and, you know, he's living well, you know, and setting in. He's one of those. He's a kid. He's 20. He's a kid compared to us, even to us at old age. But come on, put your head up. You're fantastic. You're such a good player. You can do this. I think that's another thing as well. You know, he needs to be constantly told how great he is.
Yeah.
He's one of those.
You know, isn't it? Stuart and Alan both agree, saying he might need a rest. You know, I know we've got the international break coming up, but there was talk he might get called up to the main squad of Brazil. If that happens, there's going to be interesting.
Well, hopefully it's not.
Because one of the games is against England, so that could get interesting.
In a way, I'd love that to happen, but in a way, I don't, because I want him to have a break. Yeah. Just give him a week off.
Why not give him a chance on a sub? Let's see. Give someone else. Put him on the bench. See how it goes. It goes wrong. Bring him on for 20 minutes.
I don't think Richarlison knows what a subs bench is.
Yeah, well, he might react differently to that, mightn't he?
I would say credit to him being 20 and playing that much football and not burning out thus far. Even though you're saying, you're seeing the signs of burnout. He needs to have a free role. Susan says he needs to have a free role. because Havoc everywhere he goes.
That's a good shout.
When he's fit, I think he could work a free role.
Probably you'd have to put him in the centre for that, though.
There's one thing I would like to say about yesterday's game, and yet again I am praising this man, is Mr. Britos, because he barely put a foot wrong again yesterday.
Yeah. He looked very reassured, experienced. He looks like a proper experienced defender.
Apart from the second half, which I'm sure everybody saw.
That slice.
No, not the slice. The flying challenge where somebody got an elbow in the back, courtesy of him. And I think it was Diouf who was playing right back. He thought it was Holibas, turned around and saw Britos standing there going, "What the hell?" And he looked at the ref, and the ref said, "No, it's no foul. Get up and get on with it." Britos got away with murder.
Apart from those two things, to be fair, he didn't really put a foot
wrong.
He looks very capable, solid, capable. His confidence is back. He's got his mojo back from 2 seasons ago when him and Cathcart were in the middle. He's got that back. And I think, honestly, if you're going to drop anyone, it's going to be very hard. But I think Cabaselli is the future. And
he was superb again.
He's great.
Every game I see him.
I was going to say, did anyone notice if Britos actually had a wick step ladder yesterday? Because the amount of times he was jumping so high, he was getting above the Stoke City players. I was actually concerned he was like on stilts or something.
There was 2 players that annoyed me yesterday.
Go on.
One was Holbas. And definitely Carrillo, he was.
Who'd be your? I mean, Carrillo frustrated me for the only point is he cut in too much. It's good to mix it up, being a winger, but you need to. Firmino was doing all his wing work.
Yeah,
I mean, he very well, might I add.
Firmino,
but who would be your top three? Let's get a positive slant on this just for a second.
Go on.
Because we have to even it out. We always even it out.
We always
your top three, your 3 man of the matches. I know it's going to be harder because it's a lot.
Easy for me. I've got them already. Firmino, Decore, and Cleverly.
Yeah, that's pretty much mine.
That's mine.
Well, I would have gone.
I won't go against Britos. He was good.
I'm going to say Britos.
Yep.
Firmino, and I'm gonna say, I'll probably go with Cleverly. I think because Cleverly, yet again, especially that ball in the first half, and I know, I'm sure if you were there, you would have seen it. The lovely dink that went flying over the top, and I can't remember what Stoke defender was looking, going, "Where the hell was that coming?" Next thing you see, I think it might have been Deany or Richarlison just pulled it down on the foot and just went off and ran. And it was a lovely ball, and to see an English player do that type of thing and not think, "Oh, everyone was looking, going, who was that?" Well, it was Cleverly. Well, English players don't do that type of ball, and it was literally pinpoint precision passing, and it was an absolute beauty of a ball. So. Yeah,
he looked more urgent, didn't he? Entire game.
I'm gonna. Before we get into, we're gonna get to the ladies very shortly because you went today, and I want you to give you in-depth expert analysis. Just 2 things. Actually, do go one thing because we've already gone on a back 3 or back 4. Next 3 games. Before you answer that, can we just say, guys, we've done the Legends talk. We've done our back 5. Obviously, goalie. We've done our right midfield. Obviously, Cali won that hands down. This is going to be really easy thing. But honestly, before I say this position, can we just say, if you put anyone else, please do, because at the end of the day, it's your favourite as well as the best. So no one will, and honestly, seriously, no one will be slaughtered. If you put even Gary Porter, the man, the myth, the legend, Gary Porter, that is your opinion, guys. But we're going for left midfield. The 2 centre midfielders will come up next. Left midfielder, Barnes.
I'm not even saying anymore. That's it. I'm not even mentioning.
Right, you're going with Rod Thomas.
Yeah,
right,
that's it.
Well, I'm going to actually say, I'm going to throw one in. Ashley Young.
Okay, good. That's good shout.
Because I can remember him making his debut and everything. And the one thing I'll always remember him for, and if you were one of the, I think possibly 300-400 people that went to Plymouth on a Tuesday night like I did, you will know why I'm picking him, because it was that free kick that got us the point. It was like about 30 yards out, right on the angle on the left-hand side. Everyone was just like, we ain't got a chance with this. He just stepped up, bent it straight. It was literally that.
Yeah.
It's like that. and the ball's just gone straight in. And I tell you what, whoever, if you were there that night, if you were down there, man, did we have an absolute bonkers celebration going on? Because everyone was just going mad. And even the Plymouth fans afterwards were just like, what the hell happened there?
Right, we've got two more. Watford Steve said Bobby Downs. Good shout. We've got a couple for Royal Sterling. We've got Glyn Hodges, as well as Barnes, Siren Viz put up there.
That's, Lord Siren.
Royal Sterling was a good player. Someone's put Alan. Alan is obviously on a wind up, but we'll let him. He's put Lee Cook. Boom.
Oh man, the forgotten man.
Because of stop all bets, it's Lee Cook as
well. Not John Barnes.
I agree with Chris Bell. Actually, Young got some great goals that season. He certainly did.
No, he got a good shout from both of you. It was a good shout.
So, Stuart's just come in with Hodges.
Yep. I think it's Hodge, Sterling, and Barnes are leading the way. Barnes is just streaming it. We knew this would happen, but it's interesting because Bobby Downs was a very good player.
Oh yeah,
and back in the day, he was a very good player as well. Ricky Holden,
as usual.
Nice one, right? Ladies team.
The ladies. Look, guys. Look, brought this today at the game. I went down there to watch versus Tottenham. It was, I'd tell you what, it was a magnificent game.
He's got a programme and everything.
Got a programme as well. Only £2.50. Can't. Absolute bargain.
Yeah, that was on our budget again, wasn't it?
Ding dong of a game today.
That is the budget. That is
the budget. I've just spent the last bit.
It's got more slates than Billboard.
But no, honestly, it was a magnificent game to go and watch, and crowd attendance of 579 down there today. That is a record for the Watford ladies,
very good.
Which they were all absolutely buzzing about. Game itself, very, very open, very, very attacking from both teams. Watford could have been 2 down in 10 minutes, in the first 10 minutes. Tottenham had a corner early on, and the Tottenham's midfielder who took it decided she was Ben Watson and nearly bent it in straight from the corner. Thankfully, the keeper just got across in time.
Yeah.
Which was a bit heart in the mouth stuff because we were like, no, don't let it in. But thankfully, she did keep it out, which was brilliant.
Brilliant.
And then the second one that they almost got, I think it was played through, and somehow I simply don't know how it stayed out. It turned into a bit of pimple and it got cleared. But no, Watford did have a penalty in the first half, which was rightly so. If the ref hadn't given it, I think he would have sparked a riot because it was a blatant. It's a classic one we'd see from someone like Britos or maybe Prodal when they just lost the plot and they just went diving in when you shouldn't have done, and it just went. You just saw player go whack up and down faster than the fly hits the ground. So yeah, up stepped the penalty taker. I can't remember who it was. Sent the keeper the wrong way, hit the post and come back out, and everyone was just like, no, this hasn't happened. But to be fair to the Watford ladies, they kept plugging away, they kept going for it.
Yeah,
they were really. I'll tell you what, their passing is crisp as anything, and playing down at Kings Langley Football Club as well. You've got a decent pitch as well. But yeah, it got towards the end of the half, more chances came either end. But it went in goalless, and then it all exploded into life soon after the restart because Watford took the lead with I've got to tell you what, if this goal was scored by a player in the Premier League, it would be goal of the month, hands down.
You know it, don't you?
And I'll tell you now, and this is a big respect to the Watford ladies. They attacked down the left, they attacked down Tottenham's right. Cut the ball in brilliantly, and it floated up and over, and everyone was like, "That's just sat up perfectly." Now, the lady who got it was the one who scored the other night. It's got the double-barreled name, Viteja Dembia.
That's it.
Yeah,
Dada, Fatuga Dada.
Yeah, that's it. Fatuga Dada. That's it. I knew I was going to get it right eventually. She just literally composed herself, ran in, side foot on her right foot, and pretty much half volleyed it into the roof of the net.
Brilliant.
And get this, from 10 yards out. Tottenham's keeper had absolutely no chance. She dived, but it was like, yeah, I'm just doing this for show, guys, because I ain't saving it. And everyone was going bonkers. But literally straight after the restart, Tottenham nearly equalised, which was quite worrying. But then I think it was about between 5 and 10 minutes later, unfortunately, Watford gave away a free kick on the on their left hand side, and the lady just stepped up, bent it round, deceived everyone. They tried to clear it, but I think it was near enough over the line, and one of the Watford players did actually tap it into their own net. But the goal was actually given to the Tottenham player. So unfortunately, it did finish 1-1. It could have been any scoreline. If you were down there today, you'll know what I'm on about, because it went so open towards the end. The last 15, 20 minutes, there was more counter-attacks going on than I could keep count of.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, they do know they don't care about tackling. They were flying into each other, and the ref at one stage started brandishing yellow cards. I thought, blimey, Michael Oliver's brothers just turned up.
What sort of formations and stuff are they playing?
Watford seemed to line up as I think it was a 4-4-2. Yeah. A bit like Tottenham did as well. Unfortunately, Tottenham ladies haven't copied the Tottenham men team by playing some stupid 3-5-1-1 malarkey. I think towards the end they almost went 4-3-3 to try and force the winner, which they almost did. Yeah. But saying that, Tottenham had a Charlie Adam, literally with almost the last kick of the ball. They went steaming clear. Keeper was caught in no man's land. She done everything right. Put the ball past. Everyone was like, "That's in. That's in." What does it do? What does she do? She done a Charlie Adam, hit the post and come back out.
Oh, God.
And the keeper just dived on the ball and was like, mine.
No zonal marking then by Watford.
It's filtered down.
It does feel that. No, I didn't really see any zonal marking. But yeah, a lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of no-nonsense, tough tackling that most of if you saw in the Prem, would be yellow card straight away without any shadow of a doubt. But like I say, there is a lot of prospects. There's a lot of good prospects there, and there's a lot of potential there, and they are going to get better and better and better as it goes on. So yeah, if you do get a chance, the next game, it's in this program. I'm having a quick look. I did see it earlier. The next game is on a Thursday night, I think. Yeah. I think it's November.
They're playing Arsenal soon, aren't they?
Yeah, here we are. The next home game for the Watford ladies at Kings Langley Football Club is Watford ladies versus Arsenal ladies. Now that kicks off at 7:45, and like I say, after today, I'm definitely going to be going and watch them a bit more, because they were simply fantastic. And I think a draw was a bit harsh on them in the end. I think they deserved to. They should have had 3 points, I think. You know, just for their commitment. And just before we came on air, I did speak to Pidge, and I did say if I had to pick a player of the match, I would have gone for Watford's captain, the centre back. I can't think what the name. Actually, I'm going to try and find her name. I think it's on the back of the programme. Oh yeah, here we are. Annika Nuttall. So Annika Nuttall, I picked you as player of the match, because I have never seen someone defend for their lives like she did.
Didn't one of the girls, the girls have actually about 6 weeks after she's given birth or something?
I don't know.
It's not Nuttall, is it?
I don't think it's Nuttall. She didn't look like it.
No, one of the girls, well, they probably don't either. Anyway, yeah. One of the girls has just come back from a few weeks ago, after giving birth as well. So fair play to her.
Fair play to her.
One of the Welsh internationals.
Surin, British School of Tackling. Yes, it was British School of Tackling. It literally was last ditch. But she got all her tackles spot on. She did get yellow carded, and I was actually quite critical of the ref over it, because
it was unjust. Then I'll take it.
It was unjust, because she got up and said straight away to the ref, "I've won the ball," and he went, "No, card," and it was a. No, I'm sorry, ref, but I completely disagree with this, and a lot of people in the crowd disagreed. It was, he gave the free kick, and unfortunately came to nothing. Although I do have to say, Watford's keeper does need to work on her catching and coming out, because she came out a few times from free kicks and corners and was in no man's land. You were like, anyone defending that goal, but
anyone?
But no, she did. I'll tell you what, Watford's keeper, who's on the programme today, there we go, Kitching, she actually put in the second half. I still don't know how she done it. ball was, I think Tottenham whacked like a 30-odd yarder, and it was flying into the back of the net. Next thing you see is she's dived, and his hand comes up, palmed it over the crossbar. Good full palm, straight over the bar. Everyone was applauding. Everyone was. It was just like, wow.
Brilliant.
That was like screaming into the back of the net.
It's a pleasure promoting the ladies. We're in constant dialogue with the ladies team, official dialogue with them as well. So they're always feeding us information. The likes of Alan, who said he can't wait for the next game. Moobs as well. We're trying to give them as much exposure as can. And also, can I just say, obviously this Thursday, same time as usual. Next Saturday, we are doing the podcast because us boys are at Everton. And I know
you two are, I'm not.
I know you're not. We're being proper fans now. We're actually going to games now. Guys, next Saturday, 8 p.m, we've got Chris Walker, our very good friend, Mr. Chris Walker. He's the official commentator. We'll give an official radio link. Actually, the radio link that David Quick always posts up. He is that commentator. We're good friends of him anyway, so we're getting him on the show. He's going to give as much in-depth as, well, can we get any more in-depth than Moob's already done? Which is a good thing, definitely, mate. We're going to get him to give us an in-depth report on the ladies' season so far. And then you can message all your views to him and all your questions, and then we're just basically trying to give the ladies a bit more exposure as much as the first team.
Exactly.
But let's get back on the first team. Thank you very much, mate. Because I mean, tell us how much it is as well, mate. Because they need to know.
Yes, right. Listen up. This is not the end of This is not my announcement from the end of the podcast. This is another one. If you do get down to Kings Langley Football Club and you have a season ticket, please take it with you. Show it on the door. You get half price admission. So instead of it being £6 for adults, it becomes £3 for adults. And I think it's actually, if you take a season ticket for every person that goes with you, the whole lot get half price entry. No matter if they're
brilliant.
Like a senior citizen or kid or like kids under 16. If you've all got a season ticket, take it down, show it on the door, you get discount as well. So it is definitely worth doing. But if you haven't got a season ticket, it is £6 for adults, £3 for kids and under 16. We'll get confirmation of all this.
Under 18s is £1, I think. Concessions is free. I think.
Yeah, concessions is free. So, but we will get clarified.
It's good afternoon out, and you watch the Hornets as well.
Exactly. It's a great afternoon out, but please, if you do go down, and especially this time of year, wrap up warm because it was a bit chilly down there. It was chilly, and also just a quick one, and you do need to have a heads up over this. Parking is a bit on the tight side. Now, the main car park's reserved for all the players, and I think a couple of cars if you can get there early enough. If not, you've got to resort to parking out on the road. Now, there are lots of lay-bys nearby. They're quite big, which they are quite big, so you can get a lot of cars in. But if you can't get in one of them, you might have to go for a side street,
right? Or
do what I did and almost get in trouble over it, park on the grass. Now, the only problem was today they had signs up saying, please do not park on the grass.
Unless you're a part of the TMA podcast.
Yeah, that's it. There's about 18 cars, including myself, that parked on the grass. So if you do go down, try and get down there as early as you can to try and get a good parking spot. If not, just go against their rules and just chuck it on the grass like I do. I'd love
to see you chuck a car on the grass. That really is, mate. That'll be a podcast in itself, mate. I'll tell you.
Don't tempt me because especially as my car is on its way out, it might be its final send off.
It's a stroke of form, then. No, but let's get back on the thing. Exactly. Get some plugs out, mate. Let's get these boys some shouts.
As you all know, Pidge and Deano took part yesterday in a WD18 podcast. Remember, if you see those boys outside the ground, home or away, go up and see them. They also have Instagram, YouTube pages where they upload all the videos. I believe they've got Facebook page as well, or have they not got one yet?
I don't know if the Facebook. Twitter is the best way to get in contact with them.
Yeah, Twitter. If you want to tweet them, you can tweet them. Like I say, they have got an Instagram page. No, yes, they have. Yeah, because I
I think
follow
they have, yeah.
and they also upload all the videos onto YouTube, so you can go back and watch them from whichever game you want to look at. Also, Mr. Paul Muzzy, Muzzy Vlogs.
Muzzy V.
Yep, does some great ones. He's got a Facebook page, YouTube. Get over to those pages, subscribe, hit him up. They are absolutely fantastic. Also, we've got what's the other one? Right, today, Mr. G's Retro Rewind was cancelled due to technical problems, a bit like what we had at the start.
Almost fell faint to
yes,
that.
we almost fell faint to it, which was not good. But he's hoping that he's going to be able to get something up in the middle of the week. So if you are on his page, subscribe to his page. Keep an eye out for it. He said he will post as and when he can get it up. If he can get it on this in the middle of the week. If you're not, get on over to that page because it is a great page. And when he can actually DJ, it is actually really good. Yeah. So yes, that is. That's worth one, and
he's not doing it Sunday, by the way, because he's at Everton as well.
Yes, oh yeah, next Sunday's one won't be on either because he's bombing up to Everton. I think everyone's going except me by the looks of this. Unfortunately, I've got to work. Not that I want to be.
No.
And also Hornet. Is it Hornet Effect?
Hornet Effect. We're in Hornet Effect and Golden Pages.
Brilliant! Yes.
And Hornet Heaven. Have you watched the latest episode? Because I certainly need to do it. I said it on Thursday I was going to do it, and I nicked down and do it tonight.
I think someone shared it. I accidentally clicked on it. It started playing, and then it went off again. So I'll have to go back to it. But yes, look, also hit up Hornet Heaven because at times if you are having a bad day at work, listen to that because it just makes you crack up laughing and helps you relax and breathe.
It's a nice, careful ritual, the Hornet Heaven. So it's on series 5 already. So, I always say, it's like The Walking Dead. You've got to watch the first one to understand what's going on.
You've got to start from the beginning. Don't just start halfway through and think you're going to be all right, because you won't be. Start from the beginning. They've got things. They're on Facebook.
Definitely Facebook. Facebook is the main port of call.
It's the main port of call for those boys. I don't know if they've got YouTube.
No, but their website.
But yes, they have got a website, hornetheaven.com. Yes, .com. I was going to say .co.uk. It's hornetheaven.com. Head on over to that, and I think you can near enough watch them all, can't you?
That's it. Catch up in the latest episodes, and I know he posts up a lot on the forum as well. So if you can't get over there, just click on the forum, and he's got all the updates there. Right, next 3 games coming up.
Go on. Watford Woody, who was collecting Poppy's Wells yesterday. Woody, as soon as I get the total, I will let you guys know. I have not been given a total yet, even though my mum has been in dialogue with the lady that organised the stuff at the Vic yesterday.
Should be a lot, though.
Yeah, I'm anticipating it will be a lot. Hopefully next weekend I'll have something. But if not, I will hound people for it, and I will announce it in due course. So as soon as I have some news on it, everyone will know. Right,
guys, next 3 games. We're not going to review them yet until Thursday. Start previewing until Thursday. But next 3 games, I'm confident of at least 6 points out of the next 3. Guys, what do you think? How many points are we going to get for the next 3 games? Bearing in mind, after that, we have got 2 really tough home games. The next 3 are tough anyway, not negating that. But we've got Man United and Tottenham coming up. But before then, we've got 3 possible 3-pointers each game. I believe we should not 100% expect it, should get 6 points out of the 3 games.
Yeah, I'd go in there.
We still play football against Stoke. We still try to play.
I think we can get 7.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
7 points. Yeah. I'm going to sit me down and say 7
somewhere.
Watford really reckons 9. It could possibly happen.
No, I wouldn't go against that. No,
we're a wounded animal, and it's nothing worse than a wounded animal.
In a way, we're a different animal.
Exactly.
And teams come out as a way.
Yeah,
even West Brom did.
I think you'll see a different Richarlison away. I think he plays better away. I think he likes the fans our home fans getting on it. He thrives on that.
Because they attack, because it's more open, it gives him more freedom. When they're playing when they sit back and they merely concentrate on defending,
it's hard
you can see he struggles a little bit. You know, we will play more open. It'll suit us more, so we can play a bit more open.
I'd personally drop Corello for Gray this game and put Gray in Corello's spot. Corello was playing way too centre for my liking. Gray come on, and within 5 minutes he'd done more than what Corello done the whole game.
Yeah, I think
he was trying to make things happen.
I think it's going to be an interesting one as to how he's going to line them up, because ideally I think he wanted Pereira. We never know. Pereira could be available.
Yeah, because he only tweaked his hamstring.
It was only a tweak, and they said
Prodil.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone knows what's going on with Prodil now.
To be honest,
this is a mystery, because they were
apart from Dave Quick.
Yeah, so Dave, if you're watching, any chance of an injury update on Prodil? Because even I'm absolutely baffled now by what is going on.
To be honest, we could have done with Pereira, because he's that sort of player to do that little flick against Stoke that could have opened them up, couldn't we? We're probably missing just that little bit. I know we got players, but just that one bit of flick, just to open them up, you needed, and it just weren't happening, was it? That game, too tight on us.
Yes, Alan, I did enjoy the game today down at Kings Lane. I really did. It was.
I'm glad, because it was a good analysis you gave us, and it just gives them more exposure. I promised them that, you know, these guys, you and Alan especially, Mr. Muzzy himself has been there as well. You guys are giving a good exposure to the ladies team.
Exactly.
We really want to do that, because they're up and coming. We will be going again.
Oh yeah.
We keep threatening. We will be going to them. So.
I'll drag them down there. That's right.
You can pay for it and drive me there, man.
We've still got a couple of 9s. We've got a 6. We've got a couple of 7s coming for these points as well. I think we're pretty much certain we should win at least 2 of these games. From what people are saying, we're looking to win at least 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, and it's, you know, for me, it'd be win against Everton and West Ham.
Yeah, it was the other one. Then
Manchester United.
No, it's Man United and Tottenham after. We've got one more before that.
Who was it? It was another winnable.
3 games, then we've got Man United and Tottenham, yeah.
It was.
We've got 3 more.
There was another winnable game.
No, because we had 4 in a row before that. Newcastle coming up as well.
That goes Everton.
Yeah.
West Ham.
Newcastle.
No.
I don't know.
Man United.
Tottenham
Tuesday night.
Oh, right, okay.
Man United's on the Tuesday night, live on BT Sport, 8 o'clock.
Oh, is it really?
So I thought it was Man United, Tottenham. Man United, Tottenham after that 3. I thought it looked at pictures.
It's Everton, West Ham, Manchester United.
Yeah, even James Marsh was saying Newcastle.
Newcastle is after Manchester United.
Is it?
Because I'm going up
I thought it's 2 home games in a row.
It's 2. West Ham at home.
Yeah.
Manchester United at home. Newcastle away. Tottenham at home.
Because I thought it's Tottenham.
Well, I'd still say 9. Man United aren't.
I still think we'll get 6 points out of the next 2 games.
Tottenham is the first weekend in December.
Yeah.
Because I'm meant to be working and I've already asked for the day off. I've already gone and told them I want the day off. Yeah, Newcastle is the last weekend in November, because I'm going up there for the weekend. But I will be back here for the podcast.
Good point.
And then after the international break, we start off at home to West Ham Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 1, and then Tuesday night we go again against Manchester United, 8 o'clock at the Vic.
Was that on Sky Sports West Ham?
Yes, Super Sunday.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, we can still beat United.
Chrissy Bell and Alan were saying that, hopefully bounce back. We need to go in front against the Toffees, especially.
Yeah, their heads are down at the moment. I watched them today, and they didn't look that good against Leicester. It don't mean they're going to be rubbish at home, does it? But they didn't investigate
this, because
we did say Everton, West Ham, Newcastle was our next 3 games.
I'm sure it's the other way round.
Well, one of you 2 are right.
Well, that's right. Okay,
someone's going to turn up on the wrong Tuesday night.
Actually, let's all agree that those 3 games, they should be at least 6 points out of them. We're looking at that before, and just say for argument's sake, the Man United and Tottenham games at home,
4 points.
You reckon?
I reckon I
don't think we need Tottenham.
We turn up against Stoke, we're going to get battered.
We've just got
by both of them.
We've just got to hope Kabul isn't playing against Tottenham and do what he done on New Year's Day and give the ball to him all the blooming time and let them score.
As long as you don't do like Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, just pass all the opposition players all the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what he done on New Year's Day. Pass it straight to him.
I think we could beat United. We could beat United. The Spurs.
United are there for the taking.
Yeah. Spurs, you and me had this conversation.
Spurs are great away.
It depends what Spurs we get.
I think
catch them on a good day, they'll beat us. Catch them on an off day.
It's like City. Look at City yesterday. They only beat West Brom 3-2. They came to us and absolutely annihilated us. Win's a win, but it's how you catch them. Like he said, if we catch Tottenham on a good day, it's going to be another annihilation. We catch them on the day where they're not so well, or Kane might be unfit, we've got half a chance. Once again, one of those games where I'm hoping we'd win rather than expect, obviously, because I'll just be completely deluded if we expect to beat Tottenham. I'll be hopeful we can beat Tottenham because there's always that chance we can beat them. United the same. Look at United last season.
Yeah, that's what we've done to them.
Yeah.
We played really well that game, and even Zuniga, who I'm massive
love.
He did what he was asked to. He made an impact and he scored a goal in that game. Okay, lived off that game the whole season.
I was going to say, I think I'm pretty certain still that he scuffed that shot that day. That was not meant to happen. He miscued that.
He meant that.
Well, what we're really saying, if we play, if we play like we did against Chelsea, the football against Chelsea and Arsenal, we can be looking at minimum 6 points.
Exactly.
From those games.
We can.
Minimum.
It all depends on this Everton game.
Like I say, those teams will come at us because they will need the points. Everton need the points. They will come at us from the very off. Just don't concede an early goal and start defending at the start defending on the edge of the box.
Oh yeah,
it's simple.
They're going to shoot.
And I'm not knocking them. That is just simple. Start well, defend. Zonal mark, but defend on the edge of the box.
You can have Rooney shooting.
We pretty much won the games.
Yeah, Rooney, Sigurdsson shooting from edge of the box.
That's what we've got to cut out. The last two games has proved it. Start well, defend on the edge of the box. We've won the games. The last two games is just basically.
You and me said about Everton. You stop their midfield. That's their team.
Their midfield is awesome.
That's where
their forward line is rubbish at the moment. I know it says kiss of death now. We're Rooney scored that goal.
But they lost today as well.
Oh, that was shocking.
They can't score goals. Rooney's a number 10. He's not a number 9. He's not an out-and-out striker. He's the one that supports the behind. And their defence, Ashley Williams. Please, I pray to God Ashley Williams plays because he's been awful.
And that young kid, Kenny.
I was going to say,
Kenny really struggled.
Ashley Williams doesn't like playing against us.
He doesn't like playing against anyone at the moment with his form. It's just been awful.
No.
We just rough him up the whole time. He doesn't like it. So hopefully...
Their midfield, as a collective, is awesome.
Yeah.
They're just not performing at the moment. You look at the wealth of talent they've got in their midfield. The likes of Tom Davis can't give you
that side. Superb.
And we played... Yeah, he was the only one out of the whole 22. Excellent. He was awesome last time against us.
Exactly.
And you don't realise how good these young players are. Everton as a young team have got some fantastic players coming through. We've just got to keep them at base, start well, get the crowd will go against them. I know Davy Unsworth and Joe Royle are there at the moment, and there's a bit of a wave of optimism, even though they've played poorly and lost today. They play the way that Joe Royle used to set up his teams at Everton, and also Davy Unsworth. They will come at us. If we can silence them early, the crowd will go on top of not Unsworth. They will go on top of the team because they know the team got Koeman sacked.
Oh yeah,
I don't dealt with Everton too much. This is Watford, so he got him. They got him sacked, and we start well. We'll beat them.
Yeah, I'm not amused with Everton's majority shareholder coming out and saying that he's adamant that Marco Silva is going to be their next manager.
That's another thing. Before we finish, he's already turned them down and said, "Why would I move?" At the moment, it's a step backwards. The only one that would be step forwards would be for Daishi because of the size of the club. I know some of their fans. I know most of the time we've got. This is why, like I say, I've always made a thing that Everton always been my soft spot team.
Yeah.
And me in-laws, I've done it a million times. In-laws are all Evertonians, and we've always been up. There's always been that great rapport between the two clubs. We've very much similar sort of family feel of the clubs, but you got a couple of deluded tratteries from the Toffees going about small town Watford. Their managers, what have we come to this when their managers turn us down? He's turned them down because at the moment we're top 10 and they're facing a relegation battle. That's pretty much at the moment. We were down by them. Silva might have reconsidered and said, actually, have I done the right thing? I
don't think he'd have gone then. I think he'd wanted to stay.
It'd be the biggest abuse thrown at him. I know you shouldn't think, but he would. He knows it would be
World War III. He's going to cop it. If he did the
cop it if he went to Liverpool, but you know, sorry, it had to be thrown in. But he's already come out officially. And come out and said, "I'm not going." So that one is pretty much gone. They can put him as 40 to 100 odds he ain't going because he's already said, why should I go? I mean, a lot of people said if he did, I'm just saying nightmare scenario, I know he's not going. If they said he goes and they go, oh, serves you right for sacking your managers, like Watford Stevie said, we've barely sacked any of our managers. They've all resigned or left. So we get that straight as well, but he's not going to go. So
I think Silver will be there for at least 2 years.
Well, can we just say Barnes won the left midfield vote?
That doesn't surprise me absolutely. So I'm absolutely stunned by that.
I've done a nice little graphic that I was halfway through, and I put all the other choices. I'll put up pretty much most of our midfield now. Yeah. And on Thursday we will do the first of the midfield selections, and you pretty much know who I'm going to pick. And I'm not even going to mention his name because we've done a whole show without it. We still won't mention it. I'm going to do a 100% record until but I've got problem is I don't want to do too much 80s, but it's moving towards that as well. So possibly an 80s one. I did choose Holdsworth for a centre back role, but I've probably got about 6 for midfield that we could pick from. Like the 90s. You could pretty much play a West Brom formation with the amount of picks you've got.
Exactly. I can play any type of formation.
Even on Football Manager.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, that's we've pretty much covered all we want to cover. Like I said, once again, I know Moobs has said all he wants to say, most of he wants to say for, the Poppy appeal, but just once again, thank you ever so much. It was absolute joy doing it, and everyone coming up and mentioning TMA. No, we don't expect that, but it was so lovely seeing and speaking to people that we haven't met yet, and they're coming over and saying, thanks for doing a great job. At the end of the day, you're doing the job for us, so we're just enjoying it, and so it's just so much fun. So thank you very much, and putting your hands in your pockets.
Thank you all. That was it. Was good. It was a good day. Hopefully next year we'll all be back there again. I'm pretty certain.
We'll definitely do it.
I have a feeling we've already been signed up, but no one's actually bothered telling me yet. I will wait with bated breath from the phone call from my mum.
Well, we will be here next year anyway.
Exactly.
So without a shadow of a doubt.
I do know what's coming. So
I enjoyed it more than the games.
Guys, I know we've done a shout out to. I know Moobsy's done a shout out to Paul Muzzy, but the Muzstar has actually got a podcast, a vlog, and I've already watched it. I watched it yesterday. From yesterday's game. Go on to Paul Muzzy YouTube and his Facebook. It's on there. It's actually really good. I think he's brought his boy along with him, so he's more as famous as well. It's a decent vlog actually. It's actually quite good. The ladies one was good, but this one is even the next step up. I've forgotten who actually tagged me in that photo of us right at the front of the rookery.
I saw that.
Absolute hysterics over that when I saw that.
Thank you very much.
I can't remember who done it, but yes, well done.
I've already said thank you to him, but it's on my Facebook. That was fantastic.
Well, unfortunately, you might have realised that there was only 3 of them down there because me being me went and sat in the actual seat in the rookery. So I deserted them and went back to my seat, but then kindly threw abuse at him saying I can see you from where I'm sitting. And you did get on the giant screen as well at half time. If anyone saw that as well, if you saw a mohawk,
a disgrace of a mohawk,
go on the giant screen, it was him. It wasn't anyone else, it was him. Trust me. I was looking I wish I'd taken a photo because I'd literally a 5-second gap and I couldn't get my phone out.
No.
Guys, after Everton, okay, most of the time, obviously this season we were unfortunate not to get our season tickets, unlike the Moobs and Deano who's been going more the last few years, so he gets automatic season ticket subscription. But we will be doing a half-time chat between. Obviously between the hours, half-time chat. We'll be watching obviously if we're watching it even on TV or on the streams. Same place. We'll just do it here live, and we'll just chat about during half-time and everything like that. You guys obviously being there will get more of a view than we are, but there's some things that we see on the TV that we may pick up that you say, actually, hang on, I didn't see that, or we've got a value of replays very quickly anyway. So we'll pick up on that and we'll put a discussion on for 15 minutes and then turn it off and you guys watch the game. So we'll do a couple of trials after the Everton game. Obviously not at the Everton game, the following games. And we'll see what you think. And then if we do it, we'll just carry it on. So you know, and Dave Jacobs did see me and Shakari
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny.
chatting to me. I mean, he fair play to him, you know, having a good laugh with all of us, and everyone clapped him as well.
Yeah,
it was a fair play, Shakari, taking the piss, because I was doing it as well. So you got, you know, you can't really not say, oh look, you're being so out of order, taking a piss at my mohawk. So you know, it's got to happen, isn't it?
Did you try and wind him up about his shorts? Because I would have said the shorts look like a pair of trousers, mate.
And I was going, "There's bigger than you. Right? Your socks are bigger than you."
It was like a rugby players, mate. It was.
I've seen the next big as that before was when Kevin Miller was in goal, and he was built like a tank. I remember Kevin Miller years ago.
Exactly.
We played alongside Ramage. It's gone over the hour.
No,
that's not the point.
I'll tell you what, Miller was built like a tank.
No.
I tell you, and he was like that. It's the last time I've seen a guy that was built like that. But,
I thought we were going to make it.
He almost made it.
Hold it back.
On that note, can I just say, before Moobs does his stick, can I say, thanks guys. Just remember, we're back on Thursday. That's a red card straight away. We are back on. Yeah, we are right when they start.
Red card. There you go.
There you go. We are back on Thursday, 8 o'clock. Get ready. Me and the Dino will be on. We'll be obviously previewing the Everton game. We're doing 2 parts. Thursday we're doing part 1. Part 2 will be more sort of ladies talk on Saturday, 8 o'clock with Chris Walker, the main commentator for the ladies team. Thank you ever so much today, and from the all past podcasts, you make it so enjoyable. Check on YouTube, subscribe, like, add your comments like you've always done here. And yeah, no, guys, you always have a great show, but guys, you make it so much enjoyable, and you make it a great show. So thank you very much.
Famous saying, I think.
It's time for the end of the day. So it's quite simple. We love doing it. We've loved it tonight again. It's been fantastic. It's been amazing. Every week it's amazing. Every week it's fantastic. But I'm still not happy because we still need more people watching. So remember, tell your friends, tell your family. Remember, tell the delivery driver if you've got a package coming. Tell the milkman if you see him early enough in the morning, or even the jolly postman if he's awake.
He does.
I know he does. You know, just tell everyone. Just tell everyone you know who supports Watford and who's got a Facebook account. Tell them to come over to the page. You know, hit like, sign up. We'll accept you. You know, and tell them to join in. Tell them about all the podcasts and everything, and tell them that we're on YouTube. So if they want to have a taster, see what it's all about, tell them where we are. We're on YouTube. We're on. You know, we're everywhere. You know, I can't really put it much simpler than that, can I?
No, definitely not.
But come on, guys, please, just keep spreading the word. Spread the word to everyone, you know, because this is one thing I seriously love doing. And seeing a few of you guys yesterday as well, especially Ray, you know, saying how much he loved it. You know, I love doing it as well. So it's great. But yeah, like I say, tell everyone. Tell everyone. Otherwise, I'm going to come around knocking on people's doors soon.
That's pretty much it, mate.
Guys, I'll park on the grass as well.
Guys, apart from parking on the grass, Thursday, like I say, me and the Dino, the free kick master or unmaster, will be doing the show. If any of you guys want the slot for Thursday, we will open it for Thursday. If you want to be here Thursday, message us. We will be putting this up half an hour. If you want to sit on the sofa and chat Watford and chat Everton, let us know, guys. We will be happy to have you on Thursday. If not, you just have to put up with the good-looking boys, me and Dino himself. Well, not Dino, just me.
He's looking there.
Minus Moobs. Minus me, Mr. Moobs.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. So, sayonara. If we don't see you Thursday, safe trip to Everton or safe trip to work, Moobs.
Exactly.
Yes. Moobs.
Cheers, guys. Have a good week. Goodbye.
Cheers.